Where do we go? Already was at the vault. Guess we'll go to the library then. Dated Flynn's promise. Flynn? Flynn looked out over vertical slice over a small cluster of structures and buildings. ISOs worked below to expand it at a rapid ISOs? ISOs. He turned to the young program next to him. Alpha, you're doing well, really well. Alpha nodded, greeted and gratefully and with respect. It will be a great city one day, and forever, in celebration of you, Flynn. Flynn winced imperceptibly, rubbed at the back of his neck. Sure, we can work out the details next time I'm here. Gotta go back, give Clue one more chance to throw in the towel on his whole perfect world thing. Alpha smiled. We shall wait your return. Maybe they're running... Maybe this is before Legacy? And this is just something... No, because ISOs did it. And the entire point of Tron Legacy is that ISOs are all dead. So maybe... that was... You know... It sort of set up that, like, Clue sort of went crazy and then killed everybody. And there was very little in between, you know? Clue didn't really go crazy and then give Flynn time to, you know, build an entire fucking other server. So I don't... another world. Not sure. Library feels like a mirage. Given everything else going on in the rest of the building, it is peaceful, calm. The tree shielded those here from the memory bug. It seems to also shield them from the petty concerns of Proxy and the others. As you enter, Ada ushers you over. She seems less comfortable than before. Greetings again, program. She looks around, checking there's nobody with you. Another world like a whole new world. A new fantastic point of view. No one to tell you no or kill ISOs. Greetings again. Definitely uncomfortable. Has Proxy been here? Ada looks back at Sierra, then to the door. No sign yet, but it is surely a matter of time. You suspect that if Proxy thought the information she needed was in the library, she'd already be here. You say as much to Ada? I suppose that makes sense. She must think it's hidden somewhere more private, even than my garden. Did you say what she was looking for? Some kind of super-powered modification. Ah, the key. What? As a name? As books? Given the complex beauty of the trees in the library, these books look charmingly anachronistic. Shelves hold Flynn's gift, a compendium of all digitized user texts available at the point of the founder's arrival on this ARC server. I'm still thinking that this Flynn is Sam Flynn. Because there's a lot of here that doesn't really work with Legacy. They could be running off of like, oh yeah. No, because Clue was absorbed. And there's a lot of talk on Clue. But who's to say that Clue's alive? maybe Sam just thought to start a new world. Whole new world. Without, all the baggage that the grid had. Nah, that seems like it goes against many points of these stories. Anyways, we'll continue reading. We'll figure it out later. They probably already said where this takes place on the timeline anyways, and I just didn't know. It's probably before Legacy. It's really hard to make something after Legacy, but you never know. It has been 10 years since Legacy, over 10 years, so. Access is strictly limited to core scholars, and even then only to pre-approved books and chapters. As a result, the average program has almost no knowledge of user history beyond that preached by core or Automata's competing beliefs. That's weird. So core is all like pro-user, users are gods. We take the word of the users like the word of gods, but they also don't let people read read about user history. That's not great. Not great at all. No. It is humbling and strange experience to be this close to so many answers to the deepest questions in your code. Tell yourself to remain focused on the job at hand. I've heard the stories too. Code that grants the powers of a user. If it exists, I've never seen it, and I've seen most things. Somewhat reassuring. Ada seems reassured. We're all very assured here. I hope I did not give you the impression earlier that I am naive. I have my dealings with the outside world. I understand the nuance of my code's work. Outside world, like probably not the real world. It's probably meaning like outside the garden. I understand the nuance of my code's work. Its ethical complexity. I'm here to solve a crime, not to judge. It must be tiring holding so much control. Yeah. She looks at you quizzically. I am unable to read you, Query. It is unsettling. I need to confess something to you? Okay. I worry that I may have played a role in the theft and now in Proxy's attempt. You stole something? In a manner of speaking. She breathes deeply. Centering herself, eyes still closed, she continues. While I believe that information must be controlled and structured, I think that it must then be spread. Our administrator, Prince, has been more cautious with this than I'd like. Take Sierra over there? The Automata had to send him here to bargain for access to our records? Why could we not simply share? True. So true. Data pruning is important. Public access must be shaped and refined. But if the public never has access, then what purpose does that serve beyond a pretty garden inside a box? Another deep breath, a little shudder in this one. Ooh, little shudder. I've been releasing small packets of data, highly curated of course, but I've been releasing them. It was intended to inspire, but I worry it was too successful. Rumors of secrets still hidden here have been circulating, building interest. You think that's what brought Proxy here? In part, I think the data I shared probably put us on our map. There is nothing more precious, more important, than the data we possess. Shout out to Data, Dino Avatar the Awesome. That's what they're talking about there. It's an anagram. Anagram? Acronym. It's an acronym. Dino Avatar the Awesome. That's what every time they say data, that's what they mean. Just so we're clear. The information in the room and the repository as a whole is all we need to guide our culture. I made our work here prominent in a way it had not been before. I opened the door. Everybody walked in. Let that hang in the air for a moment. This isn't part of my case. You're not responsible for the explosion. For a guy who doesn't really interview much, Query really does like taking sides. I guess I could just say this isn't part of my case. That's sort of like the middle. Because I really don't know what to make of this. But saying it's not part of my case isn't really true, because that seems very integral to the case, honestly. He looks off to Sierra. No, I knew you'd feel that way. A gift for prediction? It's a perk of my work. She steps out of your way. You should talk to Sierra. He spoke highly of you after your first meeting. Good, that would make this next interrogation easier. You walk onto the viewing platform. Sierra stands enormous, watching you approach. So tall. Query. Read any good trees lately? Too far away, but I can see some of the titles from here. Riveting. You charmed Sierra. Oh. Got that charm. Call me Charm Avatar. Sierra smiles warmly. I found our last conversation engaging. Refreshing to experience a little respect. He leans forward. How can I help with your investigation? I'm happy to answer any questions you might have. Stand in front of Sierra, he sits. I am grateful that you came alone. Ask your questions. You know anything about remote detonators? Just be like, dude, do you know how to build a remote detonator? Just as a, you know, just as an aside. No, Automata would never use something as clumsy as that. When we must defend ourselves, we don't lower to ourselves to mimicking the user tech of myth. FEI, open up. He looks genuinely offended at the suggestion. You really are like... They're not even like trying to be themselves, they're trying to be anti-user, basically. Good at hiding. Among my kind, maybe, but here? You look at his large frame, it's a valid point. Doesn't seem likely that this is the program you're looking for. Do the automata want anything in particular from Core? That's a good question. Like, what are you here for? Is it just information, or is it a specific kind of information? To be left alone, mostly? Oh, well, okay, so you don't want information. You just want people to stop being annoying. Got that. Access to this data would be a beautiful addition, though. This data belongs to all programs, not a select few. So true, so true. Sincere answer. Tell me about Ada. Who the fuck is Ada? Who's Ada? Tell me about Ada. He looks over at her. Oh, right. That's librarian person. Completely forgot. I was like, is there another person we talked about? No, it's fine. She has been kind to me. Well, as kind as the situation allows. We have had a number of conversations about the library. You don't approve? Of the library? No. Data should be free. Keeping it locked away inside and manipulated like this? It's grotesque. The sins of your imagined users repeated. Imagined. I at least admire her views on making her editorialized data public better than nothing. He seems unsure. I have no complaints about my treatment by Ada. What's your opinion of Grish? I feel like I can figure this one out. I don't want to talk about that program. just a no. Big old no. Where were you at the time of the explosion? I was in here with Ada. That's why my memory was infected. I was on a tour. Wonder why this alibi is only coming up now? Why nobody asked? You suspect you know why. You could still have triggered it remotely. Yeah, we did figure out that it's remote trigger. Yes, I did. How brilliantly dastardly of me. Sarcasm. No more questions. Good. A thought occurs to you? Why didn't Ada already tell me that you had an alibi? That's a good one. Grish, I can see him being, you know, an asshole cop. That's sort of his job role in the story. But Ada? Sierra laughs. After all you've seen, all you've investigated, you still presume that a puppet of Core's would actually go out of their way to be helpful? True. Yep. Okay. Gotcha. Yep. That one's on me. That's again, it doesn't feel good. Maybe I did it remotely. Maybe I'm pulling the strings. Maybe I masterminded that thief's appearance too. He stands up, the laughter stops. Think I'm done with this now, program? Ada runs up, hearing Sierra's bellowing laugh at the other end of the library. Is everything all right? Why didn't you tell me Sierra was here during the explosion? She looks at her feet. It was inconclusive data. You pruned. You held back just enough to stay in control. As is your nature. As is her job. Yeah. She pruned. Shout out to editing. Can still hide things. Sierra is staring sternly at me. Me. I am done. Meaning? He steps forward, brushes a hand against the force field, making it sizzle. I am innocent. Allow me to leave. Ada looks confused, but Grish commanded I. Sierra points at you. He is assigned DOT to my case. If he chooses to, he can end my questioning at any time. And if there are no questions, then I will leave. You consider his request? Ah, God. Can we consider for a bit? Just give me a moment, Sierra. Okay, so, did this guy set off the bombs? I see no reason to. On a meta level, I think we're in a bit of a Murder on the Orient Express kind of situation here, but just in story, I think I don't think there's any reason to really suspect him. It's very clear the automata just want Core off their back. You know, they don't really want a religious war. They just sort of want to not just hide in they want to hide and build all their own little corner and just hide there, it seems. Also, he's very tall and scary, so we'll let him go. Is that a good? Do it. You help Sierra escape. She does. Sierra stands, seemingly surprised by your decision. I'm free to go? Yes. I know my way to the sprawl if I have anything else to ask. Ooh. Nice. He nods. That's all of the things she'll be getting. He steps past you. He is very tall. And slowly makes his way to the elevator. Was that wise? You've not been honest with me, Ada. She looks after Sierra as he gets into the elevator. I suppose not. Force field begins to reactivate. You turn and walk away, past the trees and the waterfall. Seems more peaceful now, less corrupted. Another decision. Another decision. Let's go to the admin office. Maybe we can poke around the shelves. You enter Prince's office. He and Grish are long gone. Prince's desk. Beautiful desks in the middle of the office. Ornate light carvings reflect the circuitry of the first ENCOM server, gesturing to the very earliest history of our kind. You suspect it's not something Prince uses often, more of a statement piece. Light flows across its surface with particles floating upwards. It's more of an altar than a desk, like everything else in the room. What I would expect from a Tron game? No, but it is what you would expect from the people who made this game, because the game they made before this was literally just this. It's literally just a sci-fi visual novel, so they just went, you know what? Maybe we should ask if we can make a Tron one. And then they did, and I get more Tron content, and that's all I need. I like it though. I'm one of those few people who actually likes Tron for its story, so. It's more of an altar than a desk. Like everything else in the room, it is created to celebrate and elevate the users. Prince lives in their shadow, or from his perspective, perhaps in their light. Anything else? Nothing else? Grish didn't say where. You don't blame him. You look around. This is a good opportunity to explore. Ooh, we get to explore. All right, what do we got here? What kind of goodies does Prince hide in here? Tucked away on a shelf is a thick, heavy book. That is just Tron issues like zoom zoom, fast as fuck boy, colors and explosions. Yeah. Well. First Tron is actually a very slow movie, if you haven't seen it, or at least in a bit. Exceptionally so. Tron Legacy. The thing is, it's something interesting about Tron Legacy is how incredibly, I think its tone is very reminiscent of the way it's designed. It's like world is designed, where like it's very dark, very empty, very nothing. But then there'll be big old bright lights on the edges, and that's sort of how the Tron Legacy is as well, where it's very, very slow, very vibey. The Tron has vibes. That's why I like this game so much, because a lot of people think Tron is just, oh, digital world, play the arcade games, light up, whatever it's called, light up buildings, whatnot, light up clothes. But Tron is very, very, like Tron Legacy at least, is very, very, very like subtle about it all. Very, very quiet. Tucked away on a shelf is a thick, heavy book. Its cover shows an abstract landscape rendered in bright light and polygons, not dissimilar to the views you've seen at the outskirts of the grid. In white block capitals, it says ARC X0711 beneath instruction manual for the ARC. You flick through, this is a description of a machine, but specifically a machine for housing programs. You blink. This is a book about the machine in which the grid resides. Some kind of guide for users. This is profound. Prince just has the literal, like, manual for the world just on his bookshelf. Skim through the book to the introduction and begin to read. Jump aboard the ARC X0711 and be swept away to a future like none you can imagine. Congratulations on your new purchase. With a unique technology at the heart of Encom computers, you can feel confident that no matter what the task, your hardware will be up to the challenge. This is this commercialized? Are we just in a random computer? Is that what's going on here? So sit back, relax, and float above the flood. Lesser hardware with a powerhouse you can take with you. Keep reading. Sections on specific software, spreadsheets, word processing, games. You remember hearing wise programs speak of other computers? The many grid theory. This book seems to back that up, implies that many users have their own computers. The concept is terrifying. Too deep now, continue reading. Find a section with strange words and symbols. They call it code. Instructions, ancient runes with which one can actually build programs. This is Flynn's method. This is how he created this place, how he created us. No, it is said that we manifested later, but Flynn seeded the world with this code. This is the recipe for life itself. Cool. We didn't just find the Bible, we found like the instruction manual for the Bible. Pretty pog. A little shaken by how close you just were to truths you cannot fathom. A shiver and then your focus returns. Good small statue. The small statue sits on the shelf. It is simple, white plastic with printed blue highlights, but you recognize it instantly as Tron himself. He's got a Tron action figure! Also, white plastic. Oh my gosh, it's classic Tron. It's something that gets me in Tron Legacy, is like they show off, they do like a bit at the beginning where like Sam Flynn is like playing with the toys, and it's like, whoa, but the toys are like Tron Legacy toys, not like classic Tron toys. So like it always bugged me. And like it sort of seems like they were retconning it to like that's what the Tron always looked like, but no. Here we've got classic Tron, so it's fine. I always just took it as like after those toys were made after, like way after anyways. So, you know, it would be more up to date, but that's just cope. It is simple white you've never seen a statue like this before. Intricate hinges attaches limbs. You can fold and move them in a simulation of movement. Ooh, it's got articulation. Is this a user toy? If so, do the users know the story of Tron too? Oh yeah, I do. You're raised with the stories of Tron, his fight for the users, his eventual disappearance. Is there any ending to this story? Specifically your Rinsler one? That's a good way to tell if this is before or after. It's probably before then. Disciples of Tron modeled themselves on his example, seeking truth and justice, standing up to power, new or old. Tron was programmed to fight for the users, but DOT fight only for the truth. You'd like to meet him one day if he still functions. Place the statue delicately back where you found it. Paper clipping. Walk over to the shelves on the right. Slightly crumpled piece of... I really like that you can be like an atheist in this game. Because it's just like, oh yeah. Pretend that you, the player, do not exist. That's just good bit. I like that. I was just thinking about that. Anyways, slightly crumpled piece of paper is tuckered between two other boxes. You pull it out. It's an article of some kind. You read it. Renaissance Man by Ethan Romero. First thing I learned about Edward Dillinger. Edward Dillinger. Was his taste in helicopters? They sat waiting for him at the rooftop bar of One Moss Street. Isn't that the bad guy of the first movie? It is. I just looked it up because I couldn't remember. I was correct, so I'll say I remember now, but I just want to be sure. As I sat waiting for him at the rooftop bar of One Moss Street, I was startled to see a jet black helicopter fly past the window, illuminated delicately with red strip lighting. Oh yeah, it is the bad guy. You can tell because that helicopter looks really weird. My subject would later explain to me that he found the red glow soothing after a long day staring at computer screens, but to me, it was pure showmanship. This doesn't make a lot of sense. Let's keep reading. Skip forward. Dillinger laughs his English lilt, giving an impression of a man out of time, a man from a more sophisticated past, perhaps. Of course, this is an illusion. My subject is a man of the future, a great inventor famous for his pioneering work in artificial intelligence. He waves any celebration away, of course. For him, his proudest work is in the field of arcade video games. He aspires to be an artist in the field and envisions a day where these electronic fancies are as celebrated as poetry, music, and film. I chuckled at this, but he seems ardent. You've never heard of this man. Read a little more. Dillinger has recently crafted his most important invention of all. A son! Oh! They're actually talking about Ed Jr. He's in Tron Legacy. He's a little inventor prick. Silicon Valley asshole. In Tron Legacy. That's supposed to be like Edward Dillinger's son. And we got him! Right here! Look at that! I ask him if Eddie Jr. shares his inventive streak. He assures me that Eddie is already showing an aptitude for mathematics and computing. He's a born leader too, with a ruthless command of the sandbox. He's running rings around his kindergarten teachers. Dillinger tells me the boy doesn't suffer fools gladly, like father, like son. There's only so much psychophancy you can stomach at a time, especially for a user you've never heard of. Return the clipping to its nook on the shelf. A blinking device? Oh shit, is it a beeper? We got a pager. Small buttons cover its surface. The blinking light radiates from a tiny screen. Carefully press one and a simple image on the screen blinks to the right. Another button and the image blinks left. Curious. Keep playing. Press another button and the image blinks up the screen. Buttons indicate movement. Oh, nope. I think we got a Game Boy. Press another button to the right. Smaller image blinks out of the first. Some kind of representation, a simulation. Is the first image a program and the other a disc being thrown? Why would Prince have such a thing? Why would anyone bother to make it? It's like a Tiger Electronics thing. Jacket? There's a jacket? Oh, there's a jacket. Is that a next generation uniform? What is that over there? Reach for a jacket hanging on the corner. An odd garment, gray chest and cuffs with red sleeves. Collar looks vaguely military. 2 large pockets flank the chest, a practical item. Never seen anything like it. No light, and the material feels alien, otherworldly. Did this belong to a user? Someone important enough for Prince to have it in his collection? Looked strange clasps, presumably designed to hold it together. After the detective, you reach carefully into a pocket. Your hand brushes over some small cards. Pull them out, duplicates, each one printed in bright red. Flynn's Arcade! Nice. Alright. We got some goodies in there. You'd rather nothing was out of place for Prince's return. You take one last look at the place. Next time you're here, you'll see Prince back at the window. Probably won't let you look at his toys again. You head back out the way you came in. Everything exactly where you found it. Cool. Landing pad. What's going on over there? Is that Grish and Proxy? Rain is deafening now. Yeah, rain is deafening now. Like the users themselves are mocking the hubris this place represents. Landing pad isn't as empty when you saw it last. Oh shit! You see Proxy's glow at the other end of the landing pad immediately. Green reflected. That's Prince! It's Prince! Where the fuck did you find him? How the fuck did you get there? You are more surprised by the program at her feet. Red light shines from his defeated figure. It's Prince. Hello, Query! She yells through the blast through the rain as you approach. Be a good program, turn around and walk back in. Continue your precious investigation. Prince looks up. He's clearly there against his will. He put up a fight. Did you de-res Grish? Unfortunately, we've not yet met tonight. He left this one alone while looking for you in the lobby. She laughs as Prince looks down at the ground. He couldn't even run and hide right, the fool. Prince straightens up and speaks, although it seems to take some effort. I don't know where this user key is. I'm afraid I don't even know what it is. Proxy laughs. You keep saying that, or that it's a myth, a fairy tale maybe? But I can tell you're lying. How can you tell? He's a core administrator. If he's talking, he's lying. Prince locks eye contact with you, begging for your help. You nod to him. What exactly are you planning here? Proxy smiles. It's simple. This one knows where the user key is. Can lead me to someone who does. I was naive to think it'd be as easy as showing up here and collecting the prize. No, instead I'm going to take him far from this place. Take my time. Introduce him to some of my least savory friends. We'll find out the truth. Friends muster some courage. You never make it out of the city. Cor will hunt you. They'll find and punish you for what you've done here tonight. He's right. Walk away. Quiet, Prince. Listen to your colleague, Prince. You'll have plenty of opportunities to talk once we're away from here. As loud as the rain is, it cannot compete with the crashing noise behind you. You turn and see Grish marching towards you. Ooh, a secure data crate. Incoming data can be stored or transferred to crates like this for transport to the library or a vault. For convenience, Core will often store data trees and records in crates elsewhere, then teleport them via Recognizer, carrier ship, or light rail. Found a lot of clues in the past by skimming these crates. Programs can be careless with the amount of data they leave flying around. In this case, it's unlikely that you'll find anything of value. Whatever happened here happened recently. Information you need is held by the witnesses and programs around you. Step away, pirate! Glad you could join us, Grish. I was just about to make my goodbyes. Grish growls and reaches for his disc. Proxy pulls hers down and holds it to Prince's neck. Not another millimeter, guard. Hands by your sides and disc on your back. Grish does as he's told. Proxy withdraws her disc a little. Stays in her hand though, ready if needed. Don't test me again, program. Let's all calm down here. Grish, stand down. Proxy laughs a little at Grish. Do as you're told, hero. Grish steps forward. You're no ally of mine, Query. Oh, fuck. You helped Sierra escape? While we were hiding from this thief, we were freeing our only suspect, working with our enemies. I can see how that looks bad. Can see how that looks like that. Prince winces, breaking eye contact. Sierra was all we had, and you let him walk away. You try to play peacemaker out here, but all you do is let the bad ones go free. I should have seen the signs when you refused my help. Should have been suspicious of you. You forget who you work for. I work for the truth. I just want everyone to survive this. And because of that, you fail to do what needs to be done at every turn. Grish shakes his head. I thought you were a detective, and yet you never questioned your own presumptions. What do you mean? Prince pointed it out. I missed it too. We went to visit Cass on our way to hide. Boss wanted to get a sense of them. We all did. It's fucking Cass, motherfucker. Prince speaks quickly. New face. Prince is a professional host. He knows everyone who regularly passes through here. He never met Cass before. I don't share every single hypothesis with you. Grish puts his hand up. It doesn't matter. You missed it. Enough! Pettiness like this is why the grid below hates your kind. We struggle and we work and none of it matters in the face of your mediocrity. Proxy press. Ooh, you got a glider. Originally a tool of the Blackguard of Flynn's master server. What the fuck is going on? Seems to be a custom design created by Proxy or an associate. It would allow for a controlled fall, even from up here on the landing pad. Vice uses light barrier tech to slow a drop, utilized with care by the program using it. Proxy's custom version looks more than sturdy enough to carry the additional body weight of a hostage. She came here prepared for that possibility. If we're not wearing such a device, if Proxy is to be stopped, it would need to be before she jumps. She's going to jump. Myself and the administrator here are leaving. Let's keep it simple. Don't follow me. Don't try and stop me. Everyone lives. Proxy grabs Prince. Grish freezes. Prince looks at you, wide-eyed with fear. Stop her. You reach for the disc on your back. Draw it. Don't be a fool, program. Fuck. Fuck. Might have fucked up here. Check it. Yeah. Just like aim for a wing. You throw the disc, it filters through raindrops as it. What the fuck? That. Okay. I'm blaming this one on you, Lamb. Oh, look, a vertical slice. Repository is immediately surrounded by parks and public galleries. It's fine. He was like just the guy who called us in, who we killed. Core have learned over hundreds of cycles that the soft power they enjoy relies on engagement and cultural buy-in from the community. By curating and sharing the data they validate, they have turned the system of control into a public utility. Beyond the park, Vertical Slice is a bustling hub, the oldest part of the city, but also its cultural and infrastructural center. You throw a disc, it throws through raindrops, spinning to avoid the disc, pushing Prince into its path. It's fast at you de-res Prince. Oh fuck. It's fast at least. The disc slices through Prince and he dissolves almost instantly. Fuck. You didn't push him into it, she did, so guilt is cleansed. Sure. Yeah, we'll go with that. I'm sure Grish will see it that same way too. The guy who's right behind me and already hates my guts. No! You idiot. Proxy glares at you, then runs towards the edge of the landing pad. She leaps into the void. Okay, so we killed Prince. Proxy jumped off. Cass is probably running about, and Sierra is gone. I don't think I'm a good detective. Princess remains fizzled in the cold rain. Grish is stunned. He walks forward, muttering under his breath before turning angrily to you. We gotta run. This is your fault? She pushed him in the way of my disc. See? Look! We can use the defense here. We'll see how it works out. It's 100% logical. Has no ethical quandaries behind it. Grish doesn't turn back from the edge of the landing pad. We're not going to have a conversation. We're not going to figure out the blame or plan a solution. You're my enemy now, Query. I won't stand between you and your investigation. Cor wants you here, but we are not allies. Going to put things back together inside. Going to resume the lockdown. Going to try and keep everyone who remains safe. Do what you have to do, and then leave. Turns around and without looking at you, marches back into the building. You're alone now? You have no idea what happens next. You have a lead? That's something. Sees over it. Sure. That's what we'll call that. Oh, don't have a D-resed up top. Aw, man, that is a constant reminder, huh? Well, let's go see Cass. They're like my #1 suspect right now. What's up, little bud? You return to the vault, a little shaken by recent events. It's as cold in here as the landing pad, but at least it's drier. Cass is waiting, walks up to you as you enter. This guy outside. The wall of the vault is supposedly as strong as its door. Both did little to stop the damage of the explosion. The result is an ad hoc window to the grid below. Small sparks and detritus fall to the park below as the embers of the explosion's destruction fade away. Nobody out there has any idea what happened. Right now, you're not sure they ever will. The truth you're uncovering may be swept away, buried in a vault like this one. For now, such thoughts serve no purpose. Are you okay, Query? Strange to be the one who needed you for comfort. Cass has obviously noticed something in your demeanor. Let's talk about you. A small smile. That's what we've been doing since we met, but I'm happy to continue if that's what you need. Tell me how long you've been a guard. I don't know. I seem young, so maybe not very long. Cass looks at you quizzically. Another vault. Though you spot another vault among many, there's no telling how many are stowed away in this space. What could be in each of them? Core have kept a tight lid on innovation and free thinking for hundreds of cycles. Detective in your code aches to uncover the mysteries. You wonder how and why the thief chose to steal the contents of the specific vault. Made them overlook the one above. Inside knowledge? A blind guess? There's something you're not saying. Do you know something new? I'd like to hear it if you do. Guess has always been direct with you. You owe them the same. I heard you're a new face around here. They ponder it. They poke their fingers together and ask you to push your beds together in Minecraft and whisper ooh. Yeah. I thought Prince seemed strange when meeting me. A stranger, I suppose. I don't have a frame of reference, but if you say so, I believe you. Glance down at their uniform. Resplendent, they take their identity disc from their back. Want to help me get to the bottom of this? You hesitate. Are you lying to me, Cass? If I am, I'm lying to myself too. Help me figure it out. When you take it, they put their hand on your shoulder. Thank you, friend. Maybe this will be the last time we'll figure out that I'm a janitor and we can all go home. Okay. These cards have objectives of their own. Which ones? These ones? Oh. Swappers switch position with each other, foiling your plans the moment you make a move. Wow. That's annoying. Think fast program. Ooh. Bring this one over here. Squish those together. I need two. What if I squish this one? It doesn't swap. Good to know. Alright, this should be easy now. Or not. There you are. The cell was cold. The light within it dull purple. Cass sat at its center, cuffed and on their knees. No idea how long they'd been there. No knowledge of where there even was. The door in front of Cass opened. A figure entered, tall, silhouetted by the light behind them. You alright, kid? Light glistened against the rim of the white armor of the figure, gold details glowing. You look cold. Cass nodded, a whisper escaping. Yes? Alright, I can help with that. Silhouette bent down to a knee, placing garments in front of Cass. Don't tell anyone where you got these. I'm not meant to fraternize. You're dangerous. Cass nodded, reached forward with their cuffed hands, feeling for the fabric of the guard uniform drop between them. Silhouette stepped back. Be quiet, be safe. They can't keep you here forever. And with that, the silhouette left. The door slammed shut. Dim purple light again. What? Cass falls to the ground in front of you. Oh no, oh no. Kneel down in front of them. What did you see? I saw everything. Cass is confused, their eyes darting around. They stand back up, a little unsteady. Did you see in the cloud? Did you see what I saw? You saw something. It was hazy, uncertain. A silhouette. A friend? Not a friend, not to begin with. No, that figure was the guard assigned to my cell. A beat, you're confused. I was a prisoner, query, somewhere cold and dark, not this place, somewhere else. I was locked in a box for as long as I've been alive, but I've been locked in a box. So how did you get here? I was transported, dropped off. I've been a prisoner for so long, the guard of my memory gave me this uniform, took pity on me. You said it was cold. They nodded, yes. It is fascinating to me that out of all my memories, the key was a good program who did me a kindness. Well, one kindness among many cruelties. He kept me locked up. Probably helped with my transfer here. So the explosion was an attack on you? Why were you transferred? I think I'm on my way somewhere else. Cor was moving me because of what happened at the prison. Look of terrified realization crosses Cass's face. I'm the explosive. What? What the fuck kind of heroes bullshit is this? This was me. I was moved here on my way to a more secure location because it's happened before. I'm the danger. You're the danger. Why was Prince not informed? Why was the vault not secured? Explosive, how do you survive that? Confusion? I don't know. None of this makes sense. Cass is overwhelmed, scared. It's all flooding back. I need time to process it, but I'm not sure the crime you were brought here to investigate happened. I think I might be in a lot of trouble. If you have questions, I can answer them, but then I think I need space for a couple millicycles. Can't let anyone else get hurt tonight. That's for certain. If it's any consolation, I'm going to do everything in my power to avoid getting hurt myself. You're inclined to believe them, of course? Prince would have said the same. I think Cora's likely angry with us both. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. At least in my case. Well, I was correct in saying that Cass was what caused the explosion. No, I wasn't entirely correct. I was a bit smidged on the details, but I think we could say I got it. I freed Sierra, I can do the same for you. A lot happened tonight. I heard a little of that. It was the right thing for you to do, given what you knew. I'm proud of you. Thank you. It also tells me that I can trust you. That matters tonight. How long were you locked up? I don't know. The memories overlap. Fuse. I don't know their order. Their causality. I have no idea how long I was there before I was moved here. What causes the explosion? I don't know. Guessing it's involuntary. I have to believe I didn't do this on purpose. They don't seem completely convinced of that. This wouldn't be the first cave you've seen where a program convinced themselves of their own innocence. Defense mechanism, maybe? Tell me about the guard who gave you these clothes. He was called Hori, I think. Kinder than he needed to be. He smuggled me in a uniform, told me I was old. Nobody would miss it. It was so cold in that cell. Thank the users for his small kindness. Indeed. No more questions. Rest. Okay, thank you, Query. Let yourself out as Cass looks through across the city through the hole they made. It's not the only gap here. There are more threads that you know you'll need to pull on before the night is over. This doesn't add up yet. Man, if only we could ask Prince about this. Anyways. Ada? Let's go see Ada. Rock structures. Ooh, rocks. It's gonna teach me about rocks. Nice. These grand walls and waterfalls were created from rock mined in the Outlands. They provide both a practical and symbolic function. Symbolically, these structures demonstrate Core's molding and repurposing of the world around them. And their essential supremacy over the raw matter of the grid, these foreboding forms have been tamed and utilized. Practically, the specific minerals of the Outlands are untouched by the data of civilization, so form a clean baseline for the library's complex data trees. They insulate the room against the noise and interference of a bustling city. There's a coldness to the library as you approach. It feels strangely empty without Sierra at its center. Ada stands on the platform he occupied, looking out over her garden. He seems lost in thought as you approach. You've had quite the evening. Things do keep happening. They just keep happening. That does appear to be a unifying law of the grid, doesn't it? You both smile, a little exhausted. It's been a long night. How are your trees? Unharmed, it would seem. Lucky. As curated as this garden is, the data within it is priceless. We're glad it was unharmed. If we hadn't imprisoned an innocent program here, I would say this garden had remained a sort of peace and comfort in a turbulent moment. Sierra did nothing wrong. You were right to do something. We changed the subject. So, Prince is dead. We should probably tell her about that one. Ada winces. Just a wince? Alright. Grish was here just before you. He was furious, more so than usual. Did you know Prince well? No, not really. I stayed in my garden. He stayed in his offices. Core tends to fill that role with programs of a certain type. He only called on me when there are problems, and before tonight, there weren't many problems. Get the sense that the repository will recover, that you may not be welcomed back anytime soon. Ada looks around the library. Earlier, I described this place as a garden, curated space for information, and to an extent, that's true. Core allows me my garden because they know this data has value, more so if they keep it locked away. But that is their motivation, not mine. Ada looks down at the empty platform left by Sierra. I don't think anything is achieved by locking away things the powerful find intimidating. I think maybe you agree that that's sentiment. She locks eyes with you. No, not sentiment. Action. You freed Sierra, you did what needed to be done, regardless of the consequences. I knew it wouldn't be popular with your bosses. It was the right thing to do. I liked him. A smile? I did too. Wise, brave, and to come to this place. I thought he was surprised to be turned on like that. Turned on. Not turned on. Turned on. Either way, you made the right choice. Inspired Ada to help. I want to follow your example. Feels like a night for making the difficult but right decision. I want to help you with Cass. Feels like you're close to closure. I want to be there for them. My trees will be safe without me. Alright? It's not safe. You coming to help? Ooh. Even though you're helping me, I do want you to know that you're still my least favorite Ada in video games. So who are you? What are you doing? I mean, she's all like, ooh, I'm for the library, but like, Alright. I'll go up to the vault, check on them. I imagine I'll see you there again soon. I maybe should have told you about the fact that Cass is a bomb. She'll be fine. She'll be fine. You stand alone in the library, the entirety of history before you. You could spend cycles here and barely scratch the surface. Another time. anything in the landing pad right now. Rain beats against the landing pad. It's empty, save for a few crates. I see. I do like the style of the game where it's sort of like 3D environments with like 2D close-ups. Look at that D-res. Don't look at that, actually. Don't look at that. Alright. It's just, it's up in the corner. Just don't look at the corner. There's like so many other places to see. You had like other parts of the building. You could look at the trees around the building. See the unknown locations that was on the other side, the top right, you know? But over at top left corner, just don't look at it. Don't look at it. The vault feels a little warmer. Cass stands next to Ada by the vault. They are discussing the city below as you approach. Hello, Query. I see you made it up here, Ada. I did. Cass has been explaining more of their situation to me. It's fascinating. Sorry that diminishes the challenges you face, child. No, I understand. I think I'd find it fascinating too, in your position. Cass points to the city below. I want so much to go down there, be among the programs, drink some energy, ride a light cycle, maybe take in the games. I don't think I've ever had that freedom. If I did, it was long ago. Before I got locked in a tower. That's not just be like, maybe you were just a constant bomb. Still no memory of why? Not at all. I'm eager for answers though. I'll do whatever it takes. Maybe the memory of why you're here, of the cause of the explosion, is still hidden on your disk. Cass takes a deep breath. Could be, for sure. This seems like a risky stone to turn. It might not be safe. I know the detective wants to hurt me, but do you want to be here for this, Ada? I don't want you to get hurt. Ada takes Cass's hand. I want to start helping. Okay. You do you. Do it, Query. You take the disc from Cass and begin. It's past time to uncover their final mystery. Alright. Clear 9 cards of the same suit consecutively. Oh my god, that's a lot. Spawner errors cause affected cards to regenerate previously cleared. What the fuck? Timers count down until the new card is generated. So I would have to get rid of it, basically. Make it not spawn. But that might be a good thing. If you clear an affected card, you stop the spawn. Take out spawners quickly. Take out as many as you can. Try to stay ahead. Oh, and it spawned. Alright. Let's do this. Let's undo. Squash that. Squash that. Squash that. Oh. Undo. Let's restart. Let's restart. We're gonna restart this one. Is it gonna make you do the tutorial again? Probably not. No. Okay. Squish that. Here. Alright. That's a good respawn. Gave us what we needed. More thingies. Nice. Alright. Got the discolor. We're good. We got the unlock, baby. What do we need? We need 3. Squish that one. Alright, that's gonna spawn 2. Deal with you. I didn't actually deal with you. Because I'm dumb. Squish that. Alright, I'm noticing the difficulty in this. Hi, Delix. Let's clear this one. That one's gonna go away anyways. Squish. Squish. Or the slash me. Alright, no spawns. Nice. Do it the right way. Did you have to though? I feel like you could have just not done it. I feel like you could have just not done it. You know? 100% had to. Nice! Pog, we did it. Did you really have to throw that dip? I feel like I made it very clear that that was your fault, Lamb. Okay, so do not blame. You threw it. You said to chuck it, and I was like, oh well, you know, Lamb would never steer me wrong. And then look what happens. So, you know, 100% not my fault. Never trust chat. The 100% would-esque arc. Anyways, flashes, flickers of potential futures, a program fighting thousands of enemies getting hurt, a cycle chased by hundreds, glitches, errors, shifting realities, repeated realities, city falling apart, torn apart, great wars between programs, resets and errors, battles and defragmentation in the streets, nothing? What is this? What, did this dude get like copy and paste? Is he a virus? Is he a literal virus? Oh my god. Both stagger a little at what you saw. Oh no. Give the disc back to Cass, feel the tension flow through you. Ada's confused. What? What happened? I saw it, I always see it. Oh, users. You know what you both saw? Everything falling apart? Grid itself disintegrating? De-resing to a million fractured pieces? A terrible future. What was that? Cass stumbles back from you. They're holding their head in their hands, tears in their eyes, their voice quivering. The end of everything? Collapse. Was this a different grid? This one. Explosion, a reaction, realization. The grid is ending? It can't be stopped. Each time I realize that, I can't possibly know what's coming. How do you know this is real? Who told you this? Nobody? They locked me up because I'm the only one who sees it? How? I see the end of things in the data, complex, cause and effect. Every raindrop, every blinking light of the city, truth encoded. The grid is ending. Yes. The end of the world? Cass begins to shake, looking at to hold their head in their hands. Realization is tearing them apart. No time. Ask me your questions, last chance. Now I know, how am I not exploding? Cass laughs. Ada spots something you don't. Because we're not smart enough? You didn't see for yourself secondhand? You trust, but you can't see? You think you can save us. Your hope blocks your destruction. How long do we have? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe 300 cycles? Not enough time to fix it? You can't possibly know that. Cass looks defeated. Why would the grid have a limited duration? Oh, vault door. How close are we to everything? Oh, the lobby. And the landing pad. Temporary. Why would the grid have a limited duration? Temporary home, Flynn's backup. Ada nods. We were never meant to be here this long. He never came back. So this is just a backup. Oh. That explains a lot now. Still don't get the clue bit. There's still like no time in between Clue going crazy and what happened with... There's no time between Clue going crazy and the ISOs exploding, really. I don't think. Maybe there is. Maybe there is like some semblance of a... No, because Clue goes crazy and that's what stops Flynn from getting back to the portal. Yeah. We have to tell everyone. Cass smiles through the pain. I'm telling you. That must be managed. This is dangerous information. Ah, Ada. Stop being such a fucking info hog. We get it. You like to edit shit. Everyone has a right to know. I can wipe your memory. How did it happen so fast this time? More input. You, the city. So much data, faster realization. I can wipe your memory if you want. Small smile. That's okay. Explosion will do that anyway. There has to be a way for us to help you. There isn't, but thank you. Cass takes a deep breath. There's a floater to their light. They're destabilizing. They walk out to the edge of the vault. Reset coming. Help me figure this out after. Stay back. They lunge towards Cass at a sprint. Ada! You have to let me help you? I can help you manage this information. Curate? Ada, you curating piece of shit! Fast rings through the vault. Hot light knocks you from their feet. Time itself seems to stop for a moment. You take... Oh, she literally saw more information she could delete and was like, bitch, I got it. Ada seeing the undeleted information on the table. God damn it. Taste iron and electricity as your face smashes into the hard floor of the vault. And then silence. You stand up, dust yourself off. The sizzle of broken light echoes through the cavernous vault. You saw Ada cease function. There is no sign of Ada, de-rezzed by the blast. There's nothing you could have done. And there, on the edge of the blasted vault hole, lies the fragile figure of Cass. Place a figure on their neck. You get a reassuring pulse of energy now. They're conscious, but they function. You're consumed by the need to tell someone that what happened, to make it real, to communicate. Rich needs to hear about this. You only hope he'll listen. He won't. Bitch. No shit, he won't listen. What will give you that idea? He's like the... I guess he's the only one who's like alive at this point. Rain beats down on the landing pad. Energy rails. Core facilities can be cold and uncaring, but here, energy rails provide a little safety. You suspect that this may be more about protecting cargo than the programs transporting it. The former is priceless, the latter expendable. The light cast up from the rails is blinding, bathing the pad in an uncomfortable green light. Yet a sinister mystery to the night's comings and goings. You wonder if that was intentional too? Core do have a flair for the dramatic. There's nobody here for you to talk to right now. No more things to interact with? Alright. Lobby? Oh, there he is. There's the man of the hour. Rish stands alone in the lobby, his back to you. He's just ushered a program out of the entrance, the last of a full evacuation. There's the waiting area. There's something deeply upsetting about an abandoned communal space. These seats project a comfortable atmosphere. A safe environment to wait for access to the accumulated knowledge of the civilization. The desk above will look out for the program assigned to organize their access. Those programs are gone now, pushed out by Grish as he locked the building down. How dare you show your face? I know you're angry. He laughs cruelly. The user's outside. What an incredible observation. What fine detective work you've done here tonight. Oh shit. He charges at you, grabbing you by the neck and lifting you off your feet. He barks in your face, there's a light pulsing as the rage flows through him. You have destroyed this place. You have gotten people hurt. You do not get to tell me how you feel about my mood. Yes, my three options here are get and let's give him a good old I beg your pardon, program. He drops you, sprawling you on the floor. You speak quietly as you hold your throat. We can still fix this. We can't fix Prince, so that's definitely not the right option. Said I'm not your enemy. That's not great. Damn, kinky. Ugh. There's a way through this. There's a way through this. If only with Sierra. There is. There always is. I'm just thinking that path doesn't involve you. Grish looms over you. You've caused a trail of destruction. Wiped out any chance I had of cleaning up your mess your little friend in the vault caused. He sees confusion cross your face. It baffles you that I might have something you haven't told me, doesn't it? I investigated Query, even without you. But you couldn't stop at investigation regardless of your kind's rules. You had to intervene. I had no choice tonight. Literally. Literally, it was one or the other. I hope that lie doesn't comfort you. The boss is dead because of you. Okay, well. Boss is dead because of you. You chose to let her murder in. I wasn't gonna fight her. That's a choice as well. Just because this is a choice that you don't agree with doesn't mean it's not a choice. It's not a choice at all, alright? Not how choices work. It was either a choice or I let her in. If anything, letting her in was more non-intervention than stopping her. Okay, Grish, piece of shit. And he suffered the consequences. Well, okay, still the whole throwing of the light disc thing, that might have been on me. That one was on me. I'll give you that one. On Lamb of dear God. Just so you know. Actually. Prince has gone in for what? So you could befriend a bomb with a heart of gold? We have to tell the rest of the grid. You have to put me in touch with Core. Hashtag Fat Grish. Also 100% on you, not me. Grish holds a hand up to silence you. You're still acting like you're in charge here, program. Which shows you've learned nothing. This is already over. You help Sierra escape. You've already seen you free one criminal tonight. I won't watch you do it a second time. Cass isn't a criminal? No, I suppose not. They're a weapon with no safety and no control. A criminal can be imprisoned or rehabilitated. A weapon must be disarmed. I want to say this as clearly as I can. I'm not making threats. I'm telling you what will happen if you try to do something stupid. I made the mistake of allowing you to work unsupervised here before. I won't make it again. Rish puts a hand on your shoulder, firm, threatening. I need you to hear this. You're going to leave the way you came in, and you're not coming back. I like how he just lets me leave. He points his hand to the other door. Now. Cass told me something terrifying? Grish smirks cruelly. I don't care, program. It doesn't matter. I'm going to restore order. The evacuation is complete. I'm going to find Cass. I'm going to lock them in another vault. I'm going to summon courts to take them away. I will do these things, and then I will begin to rebuild everything you disrupted. But first, you will leave. Grish lifts his hand off your shoulder. There's no choice this time, but not in the way he means. Don't do it, program. Do it. You turn and run towards the elevator, full tilt. You hear the smash of Grish's boots behind you as he gives chase. You're a fool! Fair. Diving into the elevator, you press a button to close its perspex door. He smashes on it with a fist. There's more to this than you understand, Grish. No, this is simple. You're a fool who doesn't know what they're doing. Maybe, but you have to finish this right. Get out of that elevator, program. Punches the perspex, it cracks under his fist. If you do this, I will be right behind you, and I won't hesitate to finish this. You dodge the light cycle? You can't. Oh. Because I dodged the light cycle at the beginning, he's like, you cannot dodge responsibility. Throw yourself out of harm's way at the last minute, assume everything will turn out right. Really had to burn me with a callback. How dare you? I should have left you there on the sidewalk. But then I'd have never heard Cass's truth. Punches the door a second time. Nobody cares what that program told you. Nobody will. You look at the crack in the door. It won't hold up to another swing. You enter a sequence into the elevator's keypad, activating a lock on elevator control. An old DOT trick. What are you doing? Grish wants to get where you're heading. I need to use the stairs. You enter the code for the landing pad. Make a rude hand gesture? Let's not be too mean to Grish. I mean, to be fair, I did cause many problems tonight. But let's not be too fair. We'll be like, goodbye, program. The elevator ascends. Grish is coming for you. That's a message. Alright. Grish locks eyes with you just as he disappears out of view. It's not over. So what are we doing? Because I don't know. Guess we're going to the landing pad. We're getting out of here. Maybe if Proxy could have left her little wings there, that would have been quite useful. For a moment, the sky is clear above the landing pad. You see Cass sit at its edge, feet hanging over. They turn to you as you approach. Hello. You smile. You okay? They pat themselves down. Yeah, I think so. You note confusion cross their face. Do we know each other? Yeah. You stand next to them, look at the city below. It's different than it was earlier, more fragile. My name's Query. That's right, you're a detective? They smile. Are you here to help me? I'm here to help the grid. Let's not say that, because that sounds like I'm going to push him off. We'll just say yes. It's not even his fault, I don't think. Cass looks out over the city determinedly. Good, I want to fix whatever's wrong with my memory. I want to know what life is like below the clouds. It's so beautiful, so intricate. The lights of hundreds of thousands of programs mingling, glowing together. I wish I remembered what it was like to be there. I realize there's every chance that they've never actually set foot on the ground. I need you to help me remember. You can rebuild the identity discs, right? You nod. You take the disc from their back. Please. This will be a little faster now, as you already know who Cass is, and the view seems to be anchoring them. Are you sure you want to know? I am. Take the disc, weight it in your hands. Alright. You know, I was about to make it a bit like, oh, this really don't like Cass? Can't figure out why, though. To be fair, they're not exactly, you know... There's something that they've got a vibe that they know that this amnesia is very convenient, especially how selective it seems to be. You know, it's crazy how they know I'm a detective still. What's this being swapped with? A 0 down here. Let me get this 1 out of here. There, bring that over. 8 adjacent cards consecutively. I see. Okay, there. We got that. Swap those. How many do we need? We need 5. That's a lot, actually. Why'd I do that? Shit. Here. There. Squish that. Oh, apparently that did it wrong. Squish this. This way. Push that. Hey, nice. A friend. The vault was cold, the memory of an explosion lingered, a noise by the elevator. A figure approached, a tall figure wearing a long coat and a quizzical expression. This is me! It's me! You unlocked the memory of me. Aw. What happened? Inquisitor program asked us questions. He seemed kind. The questions were difficult, the answers blurry, distant. If you let me, I can skim your disc. The confused one nodded. They didn't understand the words, but the tone was warm, reassuring. They knew that they needed help, and this program seemed eager to provide it. The stranger took the disc from unsettled program's back. He hoped. He said his name is Query. We're almost done. Just one last thing on the landing pad. Got to know you. There's 4 directions for Kaz. Died. Cass puts their head in their hands as memories wash over them. They begin crying. Put a hand on their shoulder. Look at their disk. You've never worked with one like it. Impossible complexities, unimaginable data density. You just dropped a lot of knowledge on Cass all at once. Oh shit, we just brought Cass back entirely. You might be out of your depth. You're definitely out of your depth. Are you going to explode again? Cass laughs, muffled somewhat by their own tears. No, I think we're good for a few millicycles. Cass looks up. I don't think I've ever been outside without rain before. They seem startled by it. They kept you locked up for a long time, didn't they? Cass looks at their hands. Too long. They wipe their faces with a sleeve. I'm worried there aren't many cycles left. Maybe you're wrong. Cass offers a kind smile. Maybe. That'd honestly be the best scenario, right? You can tell they're not convincing from what you've seen of their disc. You're not either. We need backups, Query? I need you to copy my observations, my knowledge of what's coming. I'm an unreliable vessel for it. But then I'll explode, right? Cass laughs? No, because you still think it's a solvable problem. The overload only happens to those with too much foresight to experience hope. It's a massive flaw in my code I'm smart enough to realize, but also too smart to dismiss. That's a pretty arrogant position to take. They ponder that. We'll see, I suppose. They gesture to their disc, still held firmly in their hand. So this kid just like is super duper smart that they can see the future, but also that future just causes them to overload and explode. I see. Copy it. You nod, taking your own disc from your back and placing the two on top of each other. Here goes nothing. There are 5 distinct cards consecutively. Oh. What happened there? Didn't mean to. Move. 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 Here. There. Got the disc color. Now we can figure this one out. Two. Okay, only the one spawned. Squish. Ah, that one's gonna spawn. No matter what I do. Yeah. We need 4 on the board. That way. Squish that one. That's a 4. That is a pain to get. Bring that there. Here. Shit. Oh god. Squish. There, got it. Ooh, new memory. Is that a hex code? I don't know. Unfortunately, I cannot read hex codes, so presumably it just says everything is going to explode. Get fucked. So that's my quick translation. As you hand back Cass's disc to them, your eyes pulse so much new data. Much of it is indecipherable, but another program will understand it if it comes to that. Is being smart in Tron literally just being able to read hex data? Is that it? Cass smiles. How does that feel? Your code is, everybody else is written on like JavaScript, but Cass is written directly to hex code. Shit's insane. That's why kid's so smart. How does that feel? Fine. Playful smirk. Liar. Now it's their turn to reassure. You don't need to read the data. Let it sit within you until someone else needs it. You act like you're not going to make it. We'll both be there to pass it on. Cass looks down at the grid and says nothing. Oh! You let Proxy in. The rain starts up again. At that moment, Grish bursts through the door to the landing pad. He pants, frustrated and exhausted from the climb. Stop! Hands where I can see them. Cass raises their hands. Oh, it's okay. It isn't. We're not a danger to you. Don't say what's wrong, Grish. There are like so many things wrong with Grish right now. We're not a danger to you. Grish draws his disc. I saw what was left of Ada in the vault. It's over. Yeah, a lot of people died tonight. Prince is gone because of you. You think I'll let you risk anyone else for this freak? Cass comes with me. We're going to head back to the vault. You'll be safe. More importantly, the rest of us will be too. I can't let you do that. Grish laughs enraged. And why is that? Take a deep breath. They've got to get their truth out. It's all about the truth. Whoa. That's like the entire point of the story is trying to find the truth. And now we got the truth. They've got to get their truth out. Grish scowls. The end of the grid? You believe that? How could they possibly know? It's a lie to garner sympathy and make you feel like just enough of a hero to help them escape. You're no detective. I'm done talking. Grish readies his disc, aiming at Cass. Come with me or it ends here. Stay in between. You block Grish's aim. You know, like Prince did. Get off the way, program. You feel a brush against your back, your disc being removed quietly. Grish doesn't see it. Cass swings out from behind you, launching your disc at him. Oh my god! Grish was this. Oh my god, there was not a single person alive tonight. There is. Everyone is dead. Who's alive? Sierra made it. Shout out to Sierra. Fuck. You catch your disc. Cass exhales. Now what? We have to go now. Cass nods. Thank you for everything you've done and everything you're about to do. I didn't have a choice. Ooh, how thematic. Cause we're the DOT and we're not supposed to make choices. They smile, beaming, and take your hand. Show me the grid, Curie. You left with Cass. This is just like The Last of Us. Wow. Wait, is this just like The Last of Us? Sort of. You walk back to the entrance, an end, but also a beginning. It's done. Ooh, those are highly textured shoes. You step outside. The city is exactly how you left it, utterly ignorant of the events that you witnessed and impacted tonight. But not for long. You stop standing in place, the enormity of what has happened firing through you. Are you alright, Query? Cass has been through a lot. You don't want to scare them. I'm fine. They nod. It's been a big night for you too. Take your time. I'll wait up ahead. Cass pushes forward. You're grateful for the scientific cycle they're giving you. Take your disc in your hands, turning it, reviewing it. Certainly needs defrag, but you've done enough of that already. You activate it, reading your data and thinking about what you saw tonight. The programs you met, and how they're all dead. Grish. Grish was the first program you met. Right after he saw you throw yourself to the ground. Not after a great impression to make. You didn't need the distraction of a partner, but he never forgot the slight. And he sure as NCOM hated you after what happened to Prince. NCOM? Is NCOM Satan in this? Sure as hell. Sure as NCOM. Grish was de-res. Better him than Cass. I like that they keep up the dumb phrases. Shout out to the very first line of the original Tron movie being, who does that MCP computey is? Which is just great. Which is just, I love Tron. Repository is as much a representation of Prince as anything else. His faith and fealty define the possibility space available to you. You feel terrible about what happened. He paid the price for the decisions you made here tonight. The ultimate price. Cass. Cass began as a mystery, but turned into something greater, something dangerous to the grid and to those who control it. They're waiting for you up ahead. You don't know what your future holds together, but it'll certainly mean more choices. Logs will be written about Cass somewhere. Another data tree is sprouting. A comforting thought. Whichever way it had gone with Sierra, he would have your sympathy, program trapped in an alien set of constraints and politics. You didn't deserve what happened to him tonight. At least in the end, you could grant him his freedom. Regardless, you remember what Core did, he will tell his people, and it will have consequences. Your thoughts on Ada are mixed, and even now you're not sure whose side she was really on. Things you could learn in that library, if they ever let you back in. Without Ada, you're unsure what Core will do to our garden. A new guardian will be necessary. Despite what happened, you find it hard to hate Proxy. The pirate is a little more self-interested than at most of the other programs you met up there. She is dangerous, though, and well-resourced. Her impact could resound further through the grid. You wonder if anyone will ever find the user key she was looking for. You hope not. Keep thinking, you know, I'm sure there are some people who have said that basically nothing in this game really connects to anything else, but I sort of like that. A lot of what happens tonight is just circumstantial. Like, there is no real big bomber, there is no robber. Proxy just sort of appeared and then left, got a guy killed. It all just sort of happened. The things you learned. Consider what you learned tonight. The grid is ending. Cass saw what they saw, and now you've seen it too. This world is going to stop. Only a few hundred cycles, a couple of user years, and everything you know will be lost. You entertain the idea that something can be done, but you've seen where good intentions can lead. You'll be haunted by this knowledge. This reminds me of the movie Knowing, starring Nicolas Cage, which is about learning about the end of the world and being powerless and trying to do everything to stop it, and then realizing you can't do anything and that everything is going to end. And then it gave me a fear, at a young age, very young age, an incredibly existential fear of the inevitable. And yeah. Anyways. Core tightening the grip. Core's enthusiasm for control seems stronger now than ever. You see now that the repository is a prototype for a more regimented grid. It won't happen fast, feature creep rarely does, but little by little, Core will expand their silent oversight. Cass's data is a direct affront to their dogma, information they will seek to limit to. Automata connecting. Sierra's presence was an indicator. Automata are no longer keeping themselves to themselves in the sprawl. They're reaching out to the rest of society. Their philosophy and questions will gain volume. There are many who will find that challenging. Outsider programs are becoming more brazen. Criminal landed a recognizer on a Core stronghold tonight. Proxy would not have come if she were not comfortable. This place did not feel within her grasp. This may be a natural escalation, a reaction to Core's confidence. It will have been noticed by others. Consider something else. The choice is yet to come. Ponder your next move. Core will not be happy with your handling of things. It's likely the DOT will feel similarly. They will be even less happy that you stole their asset. Cass won't be safe out there, and now neither will you. Proxy will help you. Proxy could be helpful. She didn't end things on the best terms, but it could certainly have been worse. You don't trust anything about her except her own self-interest. That might have been enough, but you'll likely never find her now. It's going to be hard to find anyone you can truly trust. But you will go it alone. But you'll go it alone. If nobody can be trusted fully, then you and Cass will find your own safety. It will be hard, but if you can just make space to figure out how to turn the tide they forecasted. Maybe there's hope. Ponder something else, you're ready to leave. For all the memories of tonight and plans for the future, the thing that matters most is a memory that isn't even yours. Cass's revelation is incendiary, necessary, and two programs possess it, which makes it precarious. Core will derez you for it if they can. You place the disc on your back, head forward. This may be the end of the line. This may be the end of the line, but it's not the end of your program or the grid. Not yet. If you learn one thing here tonight, it is that great truths cannot be contained in small boxes. Dependencies and compound errors will always make themselves known. This revelation, this prophecy, won't be contained either. A loop cannot be broken without a change in conditions. You'll find a way. Recompiling. Cool. Tron Identity. That was good. I like that. It's more Tron. And you can tell they definitely tried their best to not step on any toes. When it comes to Tron. Very much kept its own place, doing its own thing, stuck in its own arc. Literally made an entire side server. Cat Jam, hell yeah. But it was good. I liked it. I don't know how much choice there is, and I think that's very good. Nothing. It feels way too open, but I can also see how maybe it would like sort of railroad in. But that's good. You know, I don't know, and that's what's important. If I did know, that would feel like a problem. I mean, there was a lot of paths for each character and where they could go. As I was saying, it does seem like there was more of a... It's more just a bunch of random characters meeting up, having one like shit fit with each other, and then going, oh, and then dying. They all died. All of them. Not my fault, by the way, on any of them. They just all happened to die after meeting me. Yep. Yeah. Anyways, we got more Tron content. That's, yeah. Common denominator says otherwise. Causation, correlation, two very different things. And this is the correlation. No. Yeah, correlation. You know? But yeah, that was Tron Identity. Tron! We got good Tron. We got... They were all fine until you came along and just started throwing shit. Luck. I didn't think she was gonna throw him in the way, okay? I thought we were gonna... I thought, you know, out of the two people who I thought were going to die if I clicked that choice... No, one person. I thought Proxy was gonna take the hit, not Prince. But oh well. Yeah, Tron. It's good. I liked the heavy emphasis on the religious aspect of Tron because that's something that's sort of not really talked about. And it is something that you could explore quite a bit, and they did. I think it's interesting how they did sort of just do their own thing with it because they said, we're going to make our own server that is literally going to end in a few years, so it doesn't matter. We'll just say, like, oh yeah, here's an entire race of people who are, like, super atheists. They decided to make themselves different. Hello, welcome to the end. Farts. Oh my god. You know what? Never mind. We'll finish it. We'll wrap it up then. You know. But yeah, Tron Identity, very good. And what the fuck? What? You're the one who came in late. I'm here to party. You were busy? Having a life? I have a life. I just spent 2 hours of it playing Tron Identity. But where were you? Alright. Partying with the hamsters under your bed? Only acceptable answer. The grid. Anyways, yeah, we'll finish it off there. Tron Identity, good game. Quite enjoy it. Okay, well, bye then, y'all. See ya. It's your own fault. So, bye. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for stopping by. I want more Tron in my life. Jared Leto free, preferably. Oh, he has the knowledge. Anyways, good night. Adios, sayonara, good night. Bye bye.